beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Seduce Me 2, the demo. Last episode, I kind of woke up from a dream of James putting us in a jail cell. And we're talking to Carrie now, which is Sam's wife. What? What do you mean?
I don't know what's happening exactly, but for the past 2 years, the demon world has been emitting some really bad energy. Even the angels are taking note of what's happening. They're even neglecting their duties to go to the demon world themselves.
Wow. That threw me off. According to Carrie, angels were extremely devoted to watching over the human world. They would never skimp duties to even think about the demon world. Carrie shook her head.
The only place I could imagine jail cells like that being used for prisoners is in the abyssal plains. But you and James are here in the human world, so it makes no sense.
Carrie abruptly moved from the bed and reached for her purse, digging through it and practically sticking her entire arm into it. I swore she was Mary Poppins the day I saw her do that the first time. Apparently it was a demon-branded bag called the Endless Satchel, only found in the demon black market of the human world. It wasn't just a bag on the inside, it was a void. You could stuff anything in there and be able to pull it back out with ease as long as you pictured it in your mind. So if I wanted to put Aria in my purse, I could put her in there, and then as long as I think of her, I could pull her out of my purse. And then be like, bam, see, you guys want to see Aria, the little Pomeranian? Here you go. Carrie pulled out something wrapped in dark green silk. As she unfolded the cloth, she revealed a deck of cards. On the back of each card was a black pentagram with a small, almost unreadable markings around it. On the faces, however, were different hand-painted images that helped me recognize it as a tarot deck. They were worn, but they still emitted a power that made a shiver run down my spine.
It's been a while since I've used this, but it might be able to shed some light on the situation.
I watched as Carrie held the deck against her chest and closed her eyes, muttering to herself. She then lifted the deck to her lips and kissed over the top card before shuffling it. The cards practically danced and glided between her fingers as if they were alive when she shuffled them in her hands. Eventually she stopped and the deck settled together in her grip. She gently drew 3 cards from the deck, setting them face down in front of her, and placed the remainder of the deck on the nightstand. She flipped one over, revealing a wheel with multiple symbols on it. As I stared at the card, the wheel seemed to spin on the face of the card, making me slightly dizzy. Carrie mumbled to herself as she examined the card.
The Wheel of Fortune. Could this be about the demon world changing? No, it can't just be that. Someone changed something in the past and disturbed the fate of the abyssal plains.
It's us. We changed it. I looked to the card, taking note of what Carrie said aloud. There weren't many things that I knew I had personally changed. I wasn't destined to get the Anderson Toys Company. I met the boys and learned about magic, and I was going through a big change in my life with my upcoming marriage. Carrie moved her hand and flipped over another card, revealing a figure with a sword in one hand and a scale in the other. Staring at the card, I swore I heard angry whispers in the air around me.
Justice? What could this be about? Could the change in the past be something so big that it demands justice's attention?
My mind began to replay every choice I made in my life and fast forward. My decision to let the boys stay, to defend the boys against Malix, to stand up to the hyena. Everything rolled past my thoughts. Was one of those decisions one I shouldn't have made? I didn't get to think on it long as Carrie flipped over the 3rd card. As it was revealed, both Carrie and I gasped.
The King of Swords? But that card is not supposed to look like that.
A king figure sat on a throne with a large large sword in his hand, as if he was ready to attack the viewer. However, the card looked like a black and gold demon I recognized. James? The picture, despite being simple, was powerful enough to make a shudder run through my body at the sight. As we stared, however, the nightstand that held the remaining cards began to quake, forcing me and Carrie to look over in surprise.
What the?
The tarot cards on their own burst upwards and began to fly around the air frantically. The sounds of battle and war and this word from them enraged through the room, and Carrie quickly moved to shield my body with hers as she covered her ears. I covered mine as well, but that didn't stop the sound of bloods and clashing swords from digging into my senses. I could almost feel the heat and danger of the image of war that the sounds were painting against my skin. As the sound stopped, I looked up to see the cards floating down onto us, now lifeless and all of them torn in half right down the middle. As they landed, however, I stared in shock at what I saw on each half card's face. Carrie looked up and gasped as well.
Impossible.
Isn't that lovers? On half of the cards I saw a girl that had my hairstyle with a stream of tears running down her face, reaching out towards the torn edges. On the other I saw a weeping boy, James Devin's armor, demon horns, and a crown on his head. He was reaching back toward the tear that divided him from the other half of the card where the girl was. My heart practically stopped. Was this really happening? I couldn't believe my own eyes as I stared at the cards in front of me. My nightmare began to flash before my eyes, causing me to grip onto myself and shiver violently from the fear bubbling in my core. Carrie quickly grabbed hold of me and hugged me to her.
Hey, shh. It's okay. It's okay. Sometimes the cards are wrong. This can't be right.
The cards are very descriptive. I mean, how could I believe her? I was staring at multiple torn cards, showing me the exact same message. I gripped Carrie, feeling extreme fear and sadness run through my body.
Hey, look at me.
I looked up at Carrie. She gave me a small smile as she squeezed me gently in her hand.
Magic is fickle, okay? The cards aren't always correct. Fate can always be changed. Remember that.
I knew she was trying to make me feel better. I knew that there was something going on. However, as the thought of my marriage came up, I knew that I had to calm down eventually. There were cards and my marriage was still happening, regardless of what they said. I closed my eyes and slowly started to ignore the signs, the cards, and the nightmare in my head. This wouldn't help me, and I had to prepare for my wedding. Carrie muttered an incantation under her breath, and when I opened my eyes, the cards had all disappeared. I hugged Carrie tighter, silently thanking her for removing them. I had to be stronger. I had to. As the day went on, I enlisted Carrie to help with the wedding arrangements. Surprisingly, we got a majority of the work needed done, so that gave us time to relax and watch a movie together before James returned from work. Wanting to leave us alone, Carrie left as soon as he came.
Hey, did everything go all right? I'm assuming Carrie helped.
Yeah, yes she did. For some reason, I felt the need to hug him. I just needed to. Without warning, I walked over and wrapped my arms around James, laying my head against his chest.
Huh? Love?
Mm-hmm. As James wrapped his arms around me and kissed the top of my head, I smiled. He would be with me, and I would be okay.
I love you.
This is so sad, because they're going to get split up. I love you too. My heart felt at ease. Everything would be fine. Everything would be okay. James looked down at me, pulling away slightly to see my face and smile.
So, what would you like for dinner? We can go out to eat, or we can stay at home and I can make something.
I held James' hand in mine, knowing that I wanted to just stay home with him. We had more than enough for the wedding, yes, but our time together was better spent alone together rather than at a restaurant. How about we order food instead? You just came back from work, might as well relax. James chuckled softly before kissing my cheek, making me giggle softly.
As my wonderful bride wishes.
Aww. We ordered takeout and sat together in our room, once again making the bed a picnic area. We played a movie in the background, but our focus was on each other. He made himself comfy without a shirt, and I made myself comfy with my head against his shoulder.
So, is everything all right? I made sure the reception hall was taken care of on my way back, so that should be in order.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Good. Thank you. Yeah, everything's in order. We'll have a perfect wedding.
Was there anything you wanted to add to the wedding? It's not too late to include anything you like if you really want it.
Oh, that's so sweet of him. Usually, people will be like, nope, it's too late. No, I don't think so. I think everything we have is good. James nodded before continuing to eat. I, however, stopped and stared at James. I was really going to get married to him. It was strange to imagine that I was really about to swear my life to someone for all the time. It was like a dream come true. Why would I ever let something stupid like a nightmare shake me from it? Screw the nightmare. I was going to live a dream. I gently moved my food to the nightstand and placed a hand under James' plate, making him stop to look up at me. I softly pulled it away from him, placing his food next to mine, before crawling over James and sitting over his lap. Oh. So we interrupted him eating to be like, hey, focus on me here for a second. Promise me something?
Huh? Anything.
Promise to stay with me forever? It seemed like a simple and obvious promise, but I wanted to hear him profess it. James continued to look up at me, silently understanding my need to hear it, and wrapped his arms around my body.
I promise to stay with you forever.
Until the end of time?
Until the end of time.
You can't break your promise to me. Ever.
I would never dream of it.
James moved a hand up and tenderly caressed my cheek, making me nuzzle into his hand and close my eyes.
You're the one I want to spend my entire life with. I will give everything and more to you for as long as I possibly can as your husband.
I felt tears slowly run down my cheeks, which were soon brushed away by James' thumbs. Not thumbs, he was I nuzzled further into James' hand and held his wrist, almost hugging his arm to my chest.
Is the nightmare you had last night bothering you?
I couldn't help but nod in reply, frowning a bit, biting my lower lip. I didn't want it to bother me. It wasn't worth it. I knew that James would stay with me and would never hurt me. James gently wrapped his free arm across my back and pulled me against his chest, moving his head to nuzzle my other cheek comfortingly.
Do you want to tell me what happened, or will you be okay?
I moved to wrap my arms around James. I wasn't sure if I wanted to tell him at all. Tell him. He's your husband. Or husband-to-be. Might as well tell him everything. I gently pulled away from him and looked into his eyes. I had to tell him. It was about him after all. I was in a dungeon. I was there with Diana.
Diana? Did she try to hurt you?
No. Actually, she was trying to protect me.
From who?
You. James stared surprised at me, but remained silent as I continued. You came in and enthralled me, but it wasn't like you usually do it. It was forceful and I didn't want it, but I was under your control. Diana tried to stop you, but you shot her. Then you came for me. For some reason, a weight was lifted from my shoulders. It was a terrible dream, but James deserved to know. As I finished recounting the nightmare, James gently moved his hands up and cupped my face in them.
Thank you for telling me, and I'm sorry that you experienced that kind of nightmare. But I swear to you that I will never hurt you.
I let myself become lost in his amber eyes, believing every single word he said. I could feel the love and care in his voice, and his warm hands assured me that he would protect me from harm. I wrapped my arms once again around James and let my head rest on his shoulder, on his arms encircled as his arms encircled my form. I loved him. He loved me. We would protect and love each other forever. Soon enough, the wedding day had come. I had received many pre-wedding gifts from the guests that couldn't come, but I knew many people would still be at the wedding, since James was the Anderson Toy Company CEO. I even got fun texts from Naomi, Susan, and Carrie as they tried to tease me with pictures of James in his wedding tux, but I deleted them all without peeking. I didn't want to see him yet. He didn't get to see my wedding dress, so I wanted to wait for him. So I wanted to see him in his tux. I cannot speak worth anything. Alas, I had decided to dress alone at the mansion. The girls had offered to help, but I needed the time to myself. I had to reflect on the day ahead. I was about to be married. It was insane. I couldn't stop staring at myself in the mirror, dressed in the wedding dress of my dreams. Is this really happening? I knew the air wouldn't answer me, but I felt myself need to speak my thoughts aloud. I could hardly believe that I was about to walk out of the house and be someone's wife, James' wife. thought of us together made me smile and close my eyes.
Talking to you.
Eh? A voice I didn't know sent shivers up and down my spine. I suddenly looked around, hearing the voice echo in the room. What? What was going on? Why was I hearing voices? This couldn't be happening. I held my head, trying to stop the sounds in case I was dreaming or imagining them. Excuse me? I screamed at the voices, not knowing what they were saying, but wanting them to go away. What I didn't realize was that my screams let out some sort of spell that seemed to freeze the air around me. Everything was still and silent. I could feel, however, that the room around me was frozen in time.
I knew it! I knew it!
Okay.
The demon.
We read this. Right out.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue to cry. Diana. You okay? I like the fact that Diana, we're gonna explore. I believe we go left. And then, right? I hope. Oh, yeah.
Beware my evil reign and bow to your new overlord!
I do like the fact that Diana's helping us out in season 2 now. What the? I turned towards where the shout was erupting from and saw the door ajar. As I peeked into the room the door led into, I stared at what I had saw. A floating creature was standing over top of the table that held a map and miniature pieces, as if someone had set up a strategy board game. The creature was planted on top of a red marker, as if the marker was their mount.
I will rule the entire world, and no one can stop me, because I am the Demon Lord!
As I switched to a different personality, the creature quickly jumped and floated over to a purple marker, striking an exaggeratingly sexy pose.
Oh no! I will stop you with my massive boobies and butt powers! I will rule this world, not you! And everyone will love me!
I watched as the creature bounced back and forth between pretending to be the Demon Lord and Diana, lost and intrigued as to how small and quick they were.
Your boobies cannot scare me, for I have a penis, and penises ward off fear!
What the hell?
You may have a penis, but I have an army that practically worships my overly curvy and ridiculously perfect body.
I stifled a laugh. This was actually rather amusing to watch, seeing the creature imitate the Demon Lord and their own leader.
Then come here, and I will show you the true power of a Demon Lord. Soldiers, attack!
I stared as the creature suddenly formed multiple little miniature soldiers on opposite sides of the tables, using magic to make them clash and smack against each other as if an invisible child was playing with them. There were even small squeaky stuffed animals and glass figures smacking and clashing together. It was a chaotic sort of show.
Oh no! We're being overrun! Do not hold back! We'll beat him! The pain! Why? I see it! I see the light!
I couldn't stop the laughter from erupting from my stomach. I began a guffaw. What? Amused by the little show I was witnessing. The creature in surprise poofed into a cloud of smoke before appearing and falling back over the side of the table in its regular size. Or at least what I assumed to be their regular size. Whoa, I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Yep, I'm okay.
The creature managed to hop up and start floating again behind the table, giving me a thumbs up as if nothing was wrong. Their clothes were a bit disheveled, but they gave me a toothy grin.
Hiya!
Hi, sorry for disturbing your,
Huh? Oh, my game! It's okay. I was just getting to the good part.
the good part? The creature nodded before leaning over the table and rearranging all of the figurines that still remained on it.
Yeah, when Diana kills the Demon Lord and takes over the world.
Oh, the way that they put it made it seem like Diana was going to be an overlord. Was she really trying to take over the world? The creature looked at me and chuckled.
Oh, you don't know what's happening, huh? Well, we're all fighting the Demon Lord, and by we, I mean me and Diana and the others. But anyway, we're fighting the Demon Lord because he's a tyrant and we don't like tyrants. So we're gonna kill him and take over.
They made it seem so simple and so joyous. You guys are really gonna kill him and take over?
Huh? Duh! The Demon Lord is completely crazy! He's burnt down so many villages and destroyed so many forests! He's only causing us harm! That's why we have to stop him!
Excuse my yawn. The creature then put the purple marker next to the red marker, glaring at both.
We have to kill him before he hurts anyone else!
With a flick of their wrist, they used the purple marker and knocked the red one over violently, making it skid across the table towards the edge. Just from the look on their face, they seemed peeved about the Demon Lord. I would be too. Hell, I already was. You all will win. The creature looked up at me before letting go of the marker and placing their hands behind their head with a grin.
You think so?
I nodded with a reassuring smile. He seemed confident enough to battle Demon Lord, and if it was for the best, then it had to be done. The creature nodded back to me before yawning.
So, you're gonna marry a demon, huh?
What? I stared at them, unsure of where the change in the topic came from. The creature laughed a bit.
Don't tell me you forgot!
Excuse my yawning, holy crap. Oh, no, it's not that. It's just, where did this come from?
Well, you are heading home tonight. This is my only chance to ask why.
Why?
Yeah, why a demon? Why not another human? I mean, I'm not against demons and humans getting together or whatever, but I was just curious, you know? There are like billions of humans on your world. Why a demon?
I took a moment to think about the demon in question, whom I was marrying. His face made me smile, and the thoughts of being able to be with him again made my heart warm up in excitement. His presence remained in my heart, and I knew my answer. Because I love him.
You love him?
Yes, I do. The creature stared at me as if I had 3 heads. Was what I said wrong? No, it couldn't have been because it was true, and yet the creature continued to stare at me oddly. What?
Huh? Oh, nothing. It's just weird.
Now that I think about it, is love even in the demon world? What's weird?
Love. It's just weird, okay? But if it works for you, that works, I guess. It's not like I'm the one getting married.
I stared at the creature, unsure of what they meant. However, before I could question them, they yawned and stretched out.
Alright, I'm gonna steal some snacks. You should head back to your room or whatever so that Diana doesn't catch you snooping around. She doesn't like snooping. Or was it swooping?
The creature shrugged as I nodded. It was probably for the best that I returned to my room. I knew my way back, so I left the room and returned to my room. I remained in my room until night came. I was given food which looked like soup, and we have read this. We're going to refuse it. This is where they fell in, and this is where we completed James' point of view, which is awesome. His and Matthew seem to only last 2 episodes, but Damien lasted 4, Sam's lasted 3. So Eric is officially the last one. And then I'll tell you guys my little hopes and stuff for this game, because so far I have like I believe this game is already happening, of course, but I cannot wait. And things in the demo could be changed in the official game, so who knows what's gonna happen. But I'll see you guys. Oh, stay beautiful. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.